It's a blessing to have you here with me tonight. Don't be shy, let the words speak for you, alright.
If I awoke like Eddie Murphy in 1,000 words, but with only 500 words left, now I wouldn't be depressed, but I search for you to use them last words to be professed. My love, cause shorty, you got me obsessed. The mere thought of you relieves all stress, and that gives me a feeling like I owe you. My heart's in depth. Everything else is inept. Granted, my life ain't picture perfect, but if I was to picture perfect, I'd picture you. Cause you're a work of art like a Mona Lisa down to a Kodak picture too. You made this man grow. Anything else but love I ain't trying to hear. Van Gogh. Shorty, you a masterpiece like a Picasso. And if that makes me not so hard, so see, I trade these wheat tins for weekends, these baggy jeans for magic sings, and these scully hats. Well, for Scully hats. Not that I'm trying to put hats over you. It's just symbolic to our love that's overdue. See, just like Scully's, you stay on my brain. But on the front end, I'm repping your team. See, you put me in a new era. And if I snap back, you make me throw back. Mine, you open my lids. I can't fight it. It is what it is. I'm just trying to say we fitted for each other. That's all. Besides, if I didn't wear a cap, when you cook, clean, converse, make love like no other woman can do, I can honestly say, hats off. See, I supported these women, but they never gave back support like a bar stool. That's why love songs constantly play while we driving. They be the cartoons. See, I never wanted to be an American dad. Thought the fellas would look at me as a simp, son. Now when I think about the Futurama, I'm happy to be a family guy. It's so real, surreal. It's family life. I want to be your Martin. Gina, the Tommy Bonds to your Keisha, the Millhouse to your Lisa, the passport to your Visa, yeah. Trip with me as we vacate, shatter hearts and pierce souls like poison darts and into Elysian fields of Greek gods and myths where fairies play with nymphs and turmoil we forget as we bask in this poetic bliss. I know I don't usually talk like this, but I would be remiss in repeating it if I didn't inquire in these sentences the full depths of our love. Yeah. At times I play the thug, but heaven must got a ghetto where angels sing in unison at falsetto, and I hear melodic notes every time I see you in stilettos. And to be honest, at first the boy wasn't real like the doll made by Geppetto, but you made me a man, standing against Satan and kneeling to the great I am. So poke me on Facebook and send me a person who I am. Change your relationship status to forever and indulge me in a silly, awkward love like Hillary and Trevor. Y'all know Fresh Prince of Bel Air, silly, awkward love like Hillary and Trevor. And if you feel it, scream my love from the Eiffel to the Willis, and no one would ever hush you. So if I had 500 words left, my last three would be love you. You know what I mean?
Do you need a reason to feel alive? Embracing pain from a blade against your wrist, risking it all, but this time you go all the way in with these intentional slits. One hell of a reminder to yourself that you still exist. Blood drips towards the marble floors, you clench your fists. Russian roulette with your veins like one in the chamber, it's a hit or miss. Suicidal letters writ. Who cares? You probably won't be missed. In the crowd, you feel lost in the abyss. A man not allowed to cry was one of the devil's biggest tricks. A man withholding his emotions and it suddenly disappears happened to be one of the world's biggest myths. And the one that causes the trauma by loading a bullet only reminds you of them every time someone else triggers it. Death is intimate and the pain gets intimate. And when you cause it upon yourself, you forget about the scars that closed up so long ago, but you are overthinker, so you constantly reopening it, bleeding out. Stop it. It scabs up, then you pill it. Seems like you're counterproductive when it comes to healing it. You call out for help, but you want stimulus to deal with it, drinking alcohol so your family brush it off as gibberish. So you put up these make-believe walls and invisible fences, introducing yourself to your own imprisonment, playing keep away with relationships and friendships, anything that'll have you reminiscing. Your own trauma came its own sensation, like a nympho that's here to get theirs at the same time, making you think it's making love to you. You don't stop to look in the mirror at the reflection it's bearing because deep down inside, the image start judging you. You swear your shadow's making fun of you. In a world full of gray skies, but at the same time, you place anything therapeutic under you so you can care less of the person you was when life was fun. At the same time, you give two fucks who's gonna become of you, manifesting realities that's not your own, but surely by speaking these things into existence, they gradually become coming true. In a world full of gray skies, but at the same time, you place anything therapeutic under you so you can care less of the person you was when life was fun. At the same time, you give it two fucks who's gonna become of you. You on the outside looking in at the gray crowds that's in a cloud, but you lost in the crowd because you underground. Your own obsession. This is life. You doze off of Zoloft. You the Mozart of the orchestra. The designer, the blueprint, the safe haven, the doors locked, the windows boarded up. The devil got you right where he wants you, huh? You think get shit getting heated? No, that motherfucker just started warming up. Sorcerer. You thought he was the source by the store and forcing you to forfeit anybody who love you and willing to pour some of it inside your empty cup. Too many cuts. You just need a reason to feel alive. Removing that blade from your wrist, you are stronger than this. I know you want to risk it all, and that's the only way you can deal with this shit. You have a right to remain. You have a right to have flaws. First, begin by breaking down walls so you can not only remind yourself, but the world that you still exist. Too many cuts.
They see my skin before they see my sentence. Judge the melon like it's evidence, like the shade alone tells the story, like my hoodie got history before I even opened my mouth. But what they don't know is I'm hardcover in hard corners. Book smart and street smart stitched into my seams. See, I learned my ABCs by learning my exits. Learned my multiplication, how to multiply my chances of making it home. Mama said, baby, read everything. So I did. I read textbooks. I read bus routes. I read the room when it got too quiet inside when they started singing off-key lullabies. I mean, they hear my slang and think it subtracts from my scholarship. Like intelligence only wears khakis and pronounces every T, but I can break down Shakespeare like I break down a block. I can quote theory like I tell you which corner to stand on after dark. I mean, that ain't no contradiction, it's collaboration. They say you're so articulate, like my tongue's supposed to trip over its own brilliance. Like big words don't belong in brown mouths, but I studied metaphors like mastering survival. I know about symbolism. Like how patrol car behind you means keep your hands visible, but your pride invisible. I know about irony, like pledging allegiance to a flag that questions my loyalty. They see the color of my skin and paint assumptions in broad strokes. I mean, criminal, aggressive, danger, but they don't see the late nights that light baptized my notebook. They don't see the highlight and hope in borrowed books. While my neighbor highlight caution tape, I learn economics from empty refrigerators, learn politics from potholes and pulling places that never seem to show up for us. Street smart ain't ignorance. It's knowing how to navigate a world that swears it don't see you, but they watches your every move. It's knowing when to speak up and when to survive. Book smart ain't selling out. It's arming yourself with vocabulary sharp enough to carve open the ceilings that they swear they were concrete. I am thesis and testimony, footnotes and footsteps. I can code switch so smooth. I mean, it sounds like jabs when I'm switching keys. Losing this melody in broad room, I translate my hustle into entrepreneurship spirit. On the block, I translate my degree, made it but out faded, and still I rise. They try to shrink me to this stereotype like my skin is a summary. They don't have to read past, but I'm a whole library. Volumes of history, I mean, chapters of cracked sidewalks and college campuses, paragraphs pressed between pressure and prayer. Don't confuse my confidence with my threat. I had to learn early that brilliance in the body would be questioned, so I sharpened both edges. I mean, mine like manuscript, instincts like a map, because when you grow up where I'm from, you don't get the luxury of choosing one. You become both, diploma in one hand, the sermon in the other. And when they look at me, really look at me, I want you to see not just this color, but the curriculum, not just the skin, but the scholar, not just the street, but the strategy. I am book and Broadway, essay and astronaut proof, and that the intelligence ain't got no complexion. So judge me if you want, but understand, I didn't just survive the story. I studied it, I rewrote it in ink too bold to be erased. poem.
It's a blessing to have you here with me tonight. Don't be shy, let the words speak for you, alright. Come on, step in the light. Wordsmith, show the work in your craft.